Imagine this. You walk into a room and instantly command attention. People are drawn to you, not just because of your position, but because of the power of your presence. What if I told you that 85% of your success as a leader has nothing to do with what you know, but how you make others feel? Shocking, right? The truth is, leadership isn't just about being the boss. It's about creating an image that others want to follow. Your leadership brand is the secret weapon that will set you apart in today's crowded world. Studies show that leaders with a strong personal brand are 10 times more likely to be seen as effective. In this video, we'll dive into how to build your leadership brand from the ground up. You'll discover simple strategies to project authenticity, create a powerful vision, and communicate with impact, without saying a word. Whether you're just starting out or you're looking to elevate your existing brand, these proven tactics will help you stand out as a true leader. Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn could completely change the way you lead. Ready to unlock your leadership potential? Let's get started. Chapter 1. Creating a leadership brand starts with being true to who you are. It's easy to get caught up in trying to be what others expect, but authenticity is what sets you apart. A study by Harvard Business Review found that 58% of employees trust leaders who are authentic, and this trust is key to building strong relationships. So, how do you make authenticity your foundation? First, start by defining your core values. Leaders who clearly understand what they stand for inspire confidence. Take the time to reflect on what drives you, whether it's integrity, creativity, or collaboration. Knowing these values helps you stay grounded in decisions and interactions. Another key is transparency. Being open about your goals, challenges, and growth path creates relatability. People are drawn to leaders who admit they're human, not just superhumans. Think of it this way. When you share your struggles, you create space for others to grow too. Let's take a look at a great example. Howard Schultz, former CEO of Starbucks. Schultz turned his brand around by sticking to his values. His focus on inclusivity and social responsibility earned him the respect of both employees and customers. A great leadership brand is built on authenticity, and authenticity starts with understanding yourself. Know your strengths, your weaknesses, and be comfortable owning both. People will appreciate you more when you are genuinely yourself, because authenticity breeds loyalty. Chapter 2. Once you've mastered authenticity, it's time to focus on your vision. Leaders with a clear, compelling vision have a unique ability to inspire. Vision gives direction, and without it, your leadership brand can feel aimless. Your vision isn't just about long-term goals. It's about how you see the future and how that shapes your actions today. Steve Jobs famously said, "The people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do." That's the kind of mindset that creates a magnetic leadership identity. To craft your vision, start by asking yourself a simple question. What's my impact on the world? Once you identify that, make it visible in everything you do. A powerful leadership brand is one that aligns actions with a bold, future-facing vision. Share this vision regularly with your team, your followers, and anyone you interact with. This constant reinforcement builds a connection. Your vision should be aspirational but also grounded in reality. It should challenge others while still being achievable. Leaders who can balance optimism with realism are the ones who command attention. When Jeff Bezos started Amazon, he envisioned a platform that would revolutionize how people shop online. That vision became a blueprint for not just Amazon, but for e-commerce as a whole. Data shows that 78% of employees are more likely to be engaged when they understand their organization's vision. This means your leadership brand needs to paint a picture of the future, a future people want to be part of. Chapter 3. How people perceive you directly influences how they respond to your leadership. It's not just about what you do, but how you make people feel. According to research by Stanford University, a leader's nonverbal cues, things like posture, eye contact, and tone, make up 93% of the message being communicated. So, how do you control the perception of your leadership brand? Start by mastering body language. Leaders who stand tall, make eye contact, and use purposeful gestures project confidence. A study by the University of California found that people tend to believe leaders who carry themselves with power are more competent. You don't have to shout your ideas from the rooftops. Sometimes, your posture and presence will do all the talking. Next, consider your emotional intelligence. Perception is strongly tied to emotional awareness. The more you can read a room, understand others' emotions, and respond with empathy, the stronger your leadership image will be. Leaders who understand their team's emotional climate create bonds of trust and respect. Speaking of trust, did you know that 75% of people would rather work for a leader they trust than one with impressive credentials? This means that perception isn't only about projecting strength, it's about building trust. When you're consistent, reliable, and approachable, your leadership brand becomes synonymous with credibility. It's important to note that perception is not static. It's shaped continuously by every interaction, decision, and action you take. Leaders who are mindful of their perception work actively to cultivate an image that aligns with their leadership goals. If you're enjoying this content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You won't want to miss the next steps to elevating your leadership brand. Chapter 4. When we think of leadership, words often come to mind. But research shows that 93% of communication is non-verbal. That means your leadership brand is shaped more by how you act than what you say. To harness the power of non-verbal signals, you need to be aware of your body language, tone, and overall presence. Start by paying attention to your posture. Standing tall and keeping your shoulders back makes you appear confident and in control. Studies show that leaders who practice good posture are perceived as more capable. This simple adjustment can send a powerful message to those around you without a single word. Another key element is facial expressions. Smiling, for instance, is one of the easiest ways to build rapport and trust. According to a study by the University of Leeds, people are more likely to follow leaders who appear friendly and approachable. Even if you don't say anything, a smile can create a connection that builds trust and positive energy. But it's not just about appearing friendly. It's about matching your emotions with your physical cues. Emotional intelligence is the ability to read the room and respond appropriately. Leaders who can manage their emotions and express them through their body language have a huge advantage. When you show empathy, whether through a comforting gesture or a nod of understanding, you strengthen your leadership brand. Think about how you present yourself in meetings or public speaking engagements. Your tone of voice matters more than the words you say. Leaders who speak with clarity and purpose, without sounding harsh or robotic, connect better with their audience. Even the pace of your speech can influence how your message is received. Consider the power of presence. Leaders like Barack Obama have mastered this ability. His calm, measured tone and commanding presence make him a leader others naturally follow. Obama's leadership brand is built on his ability to communicate through every gesture, every pause, and every glance. Chapter 5. Great leaders aren't just about strategy or vision, they know how to tell a story. Storytelling is one of the most effective ways to shape your leadership brand. Why? Because stories connect with people on an emotional level. Research shows that people are 22 times more likely to remember information when it's presented in the form of a story. Start by identifying the key moments in your life and career. What challenges did you face? What lessons did you learn? When you share these experiences, you show vulnerability, making you more relatable. People don't just want to know what you did, they want to understand why you did it. Think of how Elon Musk tells his story. He often speaks about the early days of Tesla and SpaceX, the struggles, the setbacks, and the relentless drive to succeed. These stories inspire others because they show resilience and innovation in action. When you share your own struggles and successes, you humanize your leadership. Storytelling also gives you the chance to showcase your values. Leaders who effectively weave their values into stories can influence others and inspire change. For instance, when Satya Nadella became CEO of Microsoft, he used storytelling to reshape the company culture, emphasizing empathy and learning. Through his personal stories, he communicated the importance of growth, teamwork, and innovation. Make sure your stories aren't just about you, they should also involve others. By featuring your team or community in your stories, you demonstrate collaboration and inclusivity. You position yourself as a leader who empowers others, making your brand even more appealing. Storytelling is also a great way to share your vision. Instead of just telling people where you want to go, show them through a narrative. Paint a vivid picture of what the future could look like, and invite others to be part of it. This will help you build a loyal following who believes in your mission. Leaders who master storytelling don't just tell their own story, they tell the stories of the people they lead. They use stories to inspire, engage, and create a lasting impact. Your leadership brand is shaped by the stories you tell, so start crafting your narrative today. Chapter 6. It's one thing to build a leadership brand, but it's another to elevate it to iconic status. Once you've built your foundation, you need to make sure people see you, recognize you, and ultimately, trust you. This is where visibility and influence come into play. The first step is to get visible. In today's digital world, social media is an essential tool. Platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram allow you to showcase your leadership brand to a global audience. A study by Edelman found that 60% of people trust leadership content shared by someone they follow on social media. This means your online presence can directly impact how your leadership brand is perceived. But visibility isn't just about being everywhere, it's about being strategic. Focus on the platforms where your target audience is most active. Share insights, industry trends, and your personal stories regularly. This consistency builds recognition over time, making you a go-to source of information and inspiration. Consider how Richard Branson has used visibility to elevate his brand. By consistently sharing his adventures and business insights, he has positioned himself as a global business icon. Branson's leadership brand is built on his visibility and willingness to share his journey. Next, think about your influence. Influence is the ability to inspire others to take action. Leaders who have influence don't just give orders, they motivate others to pursue the same vision. A study by Gallup found that engaged employees are 21% more productive, which shows how powerful leadership influence can be in driving performance. One way to expand your influence is to build a community around your brand. Engage with your followers, answer their questions, and make them feel like part of your journey. Leaders who focus on building relationships rather than just gaining followers are the ones who create lasting change. Don't forget about partnerships. Collaborating with others who align with your values can extend your reach and impact. Leaders like Oprah and Tony Robbins have built powerful networks that amplify their voices and expand their influence. In conclusion, visibility and influence are key to elevating your leadership brand to iconic status. Once you're visible, it's your responsibility to use that platform to influence and inspire. Make sure your actions align with your message, and continue building relationships with those who support your vision. With the right strategies, your leadership brand will go from known to iconic. If you're enjoying this series on creating a leadership brand, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next step in mastering your leadership journey.